Welcome back, drug addicts, hipsters, and gamers. Today I've returned to talk about the hit rom-com anime, Rent-a-Girlfriend. Again, after a year of waiting, Season 3 finally came out and finished, which is what I'll be taking a look at today. Now, I already went over the first two seasons, so if you want to hear my thoughts on them, then you can watch my review, which I'll link down below. Anyway, without further ado, it's renting time.
When I poop, it makes me feel good.
So, last time on Renting Ball Z, Kazuya promised to help fund a movie starring the hot mama Chizuru. For years it's been her dream to become an actress since her grandmother was one too. She wants her grandmother to see her star in a movie, but that's sort of a problem since she's going to. So, Kazuya creates a Kickstarter crap online in order to make some moolah for the movie. While he does make a decent amount of money from it, it's nowhere near enough to fund it. That's where Minnie comes in. She's Kazuya's new neighbor, who also just happens to be a famous Twitch streamer. She helps them out, they raise enough money for the movie, and then they start filming it. And yeah, that's what the entire season focuses on. It centers around the cast raising funds for Chizuru's movie, filming said movie, and then reflecting over it. It's an actual arc that spans throughout the entire season, which is new for the series. Season 1 focused on introducing all of its characters, so it made sense why there wasn't a big emphasis on having an in-depth story. Season 2, however, didn't progress much in terms of plot. There are small developments in it, but a lot of them are very minor, so they don't impact the mainline story and characters that much. The most we got was finding out why Chizuru wants to become an actress, which is important, but that was also the very last episode. Pretty much everything else in the season was a bunch of nonsense, which I honestly don't mind. Sure, it's disappointing that the plot isn't going anywhere or is progressing at such a slow pace, but I'm fine with that. I'm still able to enjoy the series so much because of how fun the characters are. It doesn't matter if Kazuya is helping Chizuru become an actress or if he's busy drowning in Ruka's nice, wet, delicious saliva. Either way, they're both great in their own ways, which is why I didn't mind the lack of plot last season, but also appreciate having one this time around. And as for its plot, it's pretty damn good. I really don't have much to complain about. Since this arc centers primarily on Chizuru, she's the main focus for the entire season. Ruka and Sumi still get screen time and fun moments, but again, a lot of time is spent solely on Chizuru and Kazuya, which is a good thing. As much as I love my wife Ruka, it's for the better that Kazuya and Chizuru get to deepen their relationship more. The new girl Minnie is a good addition to the cast, and I can see why a lot of people like her. She may not be as great as Chizuru and especially Ruka, but she's better than Sumi and unsurprisingly Mommy. Speaking of Mommy, she has a lot to do this time around. She sits in class, explains how to play some dumb Squid Game, and also says one line at the end of the last episode.
I hate Nick.
Even though I do enjoy her presence, it would have been dumb to shoehorn her in this season. Again, this season is mainly about Kazuya, Chizuru, and her grandmother, so having Mommy start some bullshit drama with them would feel kinda forced and annoying.
So I guess this is it, huh?
Anyway, even though there's an actual plot and arc that takes itself moderately seriously, this is still Rent-a-Girlfriend at the end of the day. There's a good amount of cringy, frustrating, and of course, dumb moments. For example, remember this hop knocker? Well, he broke up with his ex-girlfriend a week ago, and now he wants to try and get into Chizuru's pants. Then Chizuru, Kazuya, Ruka, and Minnie plan on filming scenes for a movie together at a hotel. But then, uh-oh, stinky, Minnie and Ruka don't show up, so now Kazuya and Chizuru were all alone. Not only that, but Chizuru takes her grandmother out of the hospital so she could see her perform on the big screen, but then let the bodies hit the Yep, so Chizuru's grandmother gets arrested for cardiac and she only has a couple hours left to live. While Chizuru is spending her last moments with her, Kazuya comes in and does the unthinkable. After watching that monstrosity, she then dies. In all seriousness though, this scene is genuinely amazing. Without a doubt, this scene, and episode as a whole for that matter, is the best in the entire show. It's extremely emotional and difficult to watch. I know the show rarely tries to take itself seriously like this, but goddamn, it works so well here. It does not feel like I'm watching an episode of Rent-a-Girlfriend, and I mean that in a good way. After Chizuru's grandmother dies, the rest of the season is spent with Kazuya trying to help her overcome her grief. It's still good, but obviously not as good as the previous episode. Episode 10 has Kazuya dick around with Sumi, which is easily the weakest episode of the season. I like Sumi, but I was much more interested in seeing Chizuru rather than her. It makes sense why Kazuya would want to spend time with her considering she and Chizuru are friends. But again, during this time I wanted to see Kazuya be with Chizuru. He does go on a date with her in the next episode, which is fun, and she even ends up crying on him too. However, he just stands there and doesn't hug her since he's a little bitch. Unfortunately, after this scene is the second half of the last episode, which is pretty underwhelming. Not a lot happens, and the only thing worth pointing out is that Mini's shirt has a QR code on it that will lead you to FortniteBurger.net. But besides that, as well as the first half of the episode being strong, this is not a great way to end the season. It's better than season 1's last episode, but nowhere near as great as season 2's finale. But yeah, that was another season of Rent-a-Girlfriend. It has a ton of dumb moments, but surprisingly, it also has some genuine great ones too. I enjoyed seeing an arc that lasted an entire season, so I hope season 4 has one too, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Anyway, just like the last 2 seasons, I'm giving season 3 an 8.16 out of 10. I have no idea what to expect in season 4 since Chizuru's grandma is... Ruka is still going after Kazuya's and Chizuru still wants to be an actor. Anyway, if you watched my previous video, I complained that Rent wasn't listed as a harem on MyAnimeList. Well, guess what, bitches? They fixed it, and they did so because of me and me alone. Anyway, let's hope for season 4 because I need more of this in my life.
What is she saying? Is this Zoomer speak?
It sucks about the shoot, though. But the flu is no joke, so I'm sure Yaoi Mori's glad we postponed.
Bitch!
Show me your hickeys! That's a yikes for me, dude. You know what your next step is, don't you?
No.
Bruh.
Nice chance to look at me, actor.
What the dog shit?
I guess that's it.